Hello, this is Tyrannosaurus Tiger, and welcome to a first review, I guess, kinda-ish thing. This is Chatty Tuesdays. Yeah, welcome back to Chatty Tuesdays. This episode will be all about Star Wars, specifically The Last Jedi. So, we've both seen the film. Wait, I'm joined by Jack. Say hello.
Hi.
Yeah, and so we'll give you our thoughts. Before and after, some spoilers maybe at the end. We'll warn you if we're going to talk about spoilers, though, so stick around for a little bit. Yeah, so, our thoughts before going into the movie. I was thinking that Rey and Kylo were maybe gonna switch places a bit. And I was kind of thinking that two people will die, or at least one, and then one of the Force users, and then probably another one would, just to balance out the Force, perhaps. Because Snoke was talking about that in the ads. I thought that we might see a bit more from Finn than we did. But we didn't really go in with too much expectations. Just expected it to be good. So, I guess moving on to our non-spoiler review. So, would you like to start?
Alright, okay, like Luke says in the trailer, this is not going to go the way you think, so it's very different, I thought. I was quite shocked, quite surprised, I was amazed as well. There were some great moments in it. But, yeah, it just felt quite different, and... Have you got anything to add to that?
Well, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. It's not a traditional Star Wars movie by any means. Some of the ideas are a bit far-fetched, and some things don't really matter in the end at all, and just don't add anything. In fact, there's a very large portion that doesn't do anything except to set up one thing. Which we'll talk about in the spoilers. But I feel like it was a decent movie. It kind of cut a bit too much at the beginning. It seemed a bit all over the place. But the ending was good. I think.
Yes. I found the humour was a little bit overdone at the start.
Yeah.
The humour wasn't too... towards, the middle, the humour was alright. It wasn't too overdone. It was actually kind of... At the start, it was just, a bit overdone, and some of it wasn't that funny. But, yeah, other than that.
Yeah. Okay. So, now we'll dip into some spoilers.
There's got a lot of talk about here.
Yeah, we got a lot. We will have our ratings and predictions for episode 9 at the end, but maybe come back later to the video if you haven't already seen the movie. I assume most of people have. No one's going to watch this video anyway because reasons. But yeah, anyway. So, the movie begins on the rebel base of Dakar. I'm saying it like a French person would, but I've heard other people say Dakar or something. Anyway, the rebel base, or what do they call it in the movie?
Resistance.
The Resistance. which later, at the end of the movie, it gets turned into the rebellion again. Yeah, so we start there, where Star Destroyers are over the planet, and there's a dreadnought, I think they called it, which has like weapons like in Battlefront 2 that like kind of rip up the world a little bit. Kind of like a tiny Death Star. Like, it can't blow up a whole planet by any means, but it just rips like, into it a bit. Probably equivalent to a meteor. And I think, and so Poe comes up with a plan to distract the entire Star Destroyer, and so that all the ships can escape. So they manage to get all the ships out, and I would say the whole movie takes place. Oh, actually, the whole battle feels like it takes place in a day. But Ray has like 3 days, I think, on the island. So it's a tad confusing with that. But yeah, the Resistance ends up losing all their like bombers just to blow up one Star Destroyer. And we get greeted with this medal. If I can find a picture of it, hopefully I would have. And I'm wondering if it has any significance. It was linking Rose and her sister. And soon after we're greeted with Rose and Finn, which go off on an expedition which doesn't really mean anything in the end. They go to Canto Bight to find...
I feel like it meant something at the time, but at the end it was like kind of like you realise
it was kind of pointless because they were trying to save the fleet. But in the end, if they got the information, they never would have gone, and everyone would have been fine. But instead, it led up to basically, I'd say, Finn fighting Phasma. That's all it did.
Yeah.
It's like all it set up. And it kind of set up the relationship with Finn and Rose.
True. And Phasma dies, by the way.
Or seemingly so, at least.
Yeah. I reckon she might possibly come back, although it seems unlikely.
Yeah.
But I reckon it could. Somehow. Because that arm is pretty good.
I mean, it's like shock. It's like... no, never mind.
Although she might have like a really scarred face. With a hole in her mouth.
Yeah, we see Luke... I don't really like how Luke acts. We don't get like a really proper training sequence. We get 3 lessons. We get some random mirror thing.
That was cool, I thought.
But it didn't teach us anything. It was cool.
She wanted to know her parents, and then like it showed her the...
Oh, as if she was no one.
No one, or like signifying she already knows.
Or she's immaculately conceived by the Force.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, so, I don't know. There were definitely good bits. Maybe some, like, over-exaggerations. Like skipping to the end. Luke getting shot 1,000,000 times. And, like...
That was cool.
I don't know. He kind of seems a bit immature when he just, like, wipes off his shoulder. It's not particularly Jedi-like. I would imagine, like, Anakin doing that. Like, he had a real, like, cocky nature. But, I don't know. Luke, I expected him to be kind of wise. Yeah. We do see spoilers. Like, this is the best spoiler. We do see Yoda.
Yeah.
Which is very good.
I remember when I first saw it, like at the midnight premiere, everyone was going mad.
Oh,
Just the back of his head.
And Leia Organa has kind of like a force instinct kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think she can really fully use the force, but just to survive, it just kind of kicks in for her. So that was a good moment. Yoda is still crazy, even though he's a force ghost. We don't see any other
again, so that's kind of cool.
We finally get to see a Jedi be a bender, like a real proper.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, Rey lifts all the rocks at the end.
Lifts rocks. Oh yeah.
And saves everyone. So, I don't know. That's my thoughts. What were yours?
I think Luke had a good end. Like, kind of redeemed himself.
Oh yeah, he goes into what's the word?
Force projection.
Yeah, he goes into a force projection.
Yeah, which kind of like at the end drained all his energy and kind of like, how do you say it? Like
he
became one with the force.
Yeah, became one with the force. Everyone says he died.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an accurate representation. Yoda didn't die. Qui-Gon died.
Qui-Gon died, yeah. But yeah, so hopefully he will come back to the Force Ghost in the next one.
Yeah, what did you think overall of the film?
Well, Snoke dying was a massive twist.
Oh yeah,
there's not see that coming.
As you can tell, there is like a lot in the movie.
Yeah.
Almost crammed in to like 3 days of in-universe.
Yeah. And then I found that lightsaber battle called the Touring Guard. That was really good.
Oh yeah, that was good. We saw it kind of in the training behind the scenes. Of course, Rey and Kylo weren't together in that one. I just not revealing.
I thought during that Kylo was going to turn good or something, or they were just going to come together
Well, they kind of were good in a way, and I feel like their armor was partially resistant to the lightsabers. It seemed, and it was a very good ending of that fight. I think, where Kylo borrows Anakin's lightsaber and flickers it on for like half a second into the last guard's eye.
But then it gets destroyed as well.
Yeah, and then they fight for the lightsaber because I think Rey was going to try and kill Kylo, to be honest. But then they end up just fighting over the lightsaber, and it blows up. Are we ready for our rankings, or?
I think there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember. So,
Snoke.
I guess.
So, anything about Finn?
I didn't like how we didn't get anything to do with Snoke's backstory, like how he rose to power and all that.
Yeah, I don't feel like we got any of the fan questions answered at all. Which, we had a bit of a bad connection there. But yeah, I feel like we didn't really get any fan questions answered in the movie. Still decent movie though, I think. Yep. But a tad all over the place. There's some very good moments, and there was some pretty bad moments. Porgs are good, not overused.
Yeah, they're not bad. Even for people who thought they were going to hate them, I reckon they'll still like them. I wasn't too much of a fan of them, and then I watched the movie and I was like, oh yeah, they're alright.
They didn't actually do any fighting like the Ewoks or Jar Jar.
No.
So, yeah. And, I don't know. They look cute, but I suspect they might be vicious. Yeah. You ready for a ranking? Or what does it mean? I guess we'll do the ranking first.
Yeah.
I think based on the sporadicness of it, I would give it like 7.5 out of 10. And based on other Star Wars movies, of like, what do we got? 1 to 8, I'd probably put it at, I say, I'm gonna put it fourth. Fourth from first. With The Force Awakens and Rogue One and one of the original trilogy above it. But all the movies are good, so it's hard to order. How about you?
Yeah, I'd say like it's hard to say whether it's better than Force Awakens. I reckon.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Like beats it in some ways, but then it's just. So I reckon it comes kind of in a tie with Force Awakens for me. I reckon they're both equally as good. And I would say like maybe hard to say.
You were
So I
saying
reckon
like,
maybe
tied second?
tied second or something. Or tied third. One of them two.
Okay. So what does the movie mean then? Not much. I mean, we're left with...
Resistance is much smaller.
Yeah, we're left with like 20 people.
Yeah.
I'd say 20 resistance fighters, including Rey. We're left with a promise of a new Jedi Order, which I presume isn't like the light side Jedi Order. It's going to be the balance. I suspect Rey will have read the books before the next movie.
She stole the books, didn't she?
Yeah, I think we won't actually see her reading the books. I think we'll have a large time gap where they have built up their army a bit. Maybe even see Lando in the next movie. We know for sure that there are Force sensitives in the galaxy.
Yeah.
I don't know
I wonder
how
if
they're
they'll
going
have
to find
anything
them.
to do with the next one.
Sorry?
Or if they just signify. Oh no, you just go on.
Yeah. So we're left with like kind of an odd love story thing. Like Finn and Rose seem to kind of like have a thing, and then like Rey has a thing for Finn, but then like Poe has a thing for Rey. It seems like, and then Chewie has a thing for Maz. Maz has a thing for Chewie. Yeah, so it's interesting. I definitely think it was the bridge between the movies. It will like make more sense for episode 9. Codenamed Black Diamond.
Yeah, like the way episode 8 ends. Black Diamond, yeah.
Yeah. So I reckon we will see Snoke in some way, whether it be by flashback. We haven't really had flashbacks before. The Force Awakens and this one.
Well, we did have flashback in this one.
Yeah, but we haven't really had it before these ones.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had the Force back, which I don't know if it really counts, but this was really the only flashback where they're thinking about Luke and Kylo. I think I'm still hopeful that Kylo and Rey will find a even relationship type thing. Even grounds.
Yeah.
I feel like Snoke just has to come back. Like everyone was so hyped about
He's
him.
been mentioned somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's confirmed that we learn more about him in episode 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think with Leia or Organa, she's either gonna die or just kind of fade away.
Yeah.
I feel like the obvious choice is like.
I feel like she might.
Actually, like, she's old in the movies, so she could very well just die of old age in the movie. Which I feel like it would be fine.
I think her character's like only 60. So, like Leia.
Yeah.
Even though the actor is much older.
Oh, and I think it's hidden Easter egg. I swear I saw James Corden, like the talk show host, that's like British, but has a show in America. I swear he was like flying one of the X-Wings.
Like at the start.
Yeah, at the start. He died like almost immediately, like he didn't even see his face. Like barely. But yeah. I have hopes that we'll see Rey build a lightsaber properly with the Force.
Yeah.
Not just fiddling around with a screwdriver. It seems like she'll probably just use Anakin's crystal. Kyber crystal. That's the most obvious choice. Or she might find Luke's lightsaber as well.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if like Luke guides Rey, or if he'll guide like Rey and Kylo, or not guide Kylo, but kind of like haunt him or something.
Yeah. I think at the end of episode 9, we'll see, if not all the Force ghosts, we'll at least see the Skywalker line and Yoda, which is basically just all the Force ghosts, except for Qui-Gon Jinn, which never could become a Force ghost. Anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like it might just... I feel like it could just be like Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Luke. Maybe at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's practically guaranteed that we see another Force ghost. Yeah, do you have any other predictions of your own?
I don't think so.
Well...
Like, yeah, the way episode 8 ends, you don't really... It's hard to predict what will happen in episode 9. Literally anything could happen.
Yeah, they opened up a lot.
But it's kind of good. I like it.
Yeah, they opened up a lot of doors for J.J. Abrams again, who will be directing and writing with help.
I think he'll do a good job with it.
Yeah. The film was... They did take initiative in the film. Like, The Force Awakens was, like, basically a high-budget rip-off of A New Hope.
Yeah.
And The Last Jedi is kind of like Empire Strikes Back, but they do take...
A little bit of, like, Return of the Jedi as well, now that you think of it.
Yeah, but they
kind
do
of like
take...
a mix of them, too.
They do take their own steps. More so than The Force Awakens. Any final thoughts at all?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like. If you really loved it, make sure to subscribe. The last episode of Chatty Tuesdays will be in the bottom left, the next in the bottom right, and you can subscribe by clicking the middle. But for now, we'd like to wish you all a fantastic day or night, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.